memory is something that has happened in the past and something that you can look back on as in your mind.
There's many forms that can take, from stories to ideas.
Music or a writing, literature, stuff like that.
It's effectively like a movie playing in your mind, or pictures in like a gallery.
Fuck yeah, objects hold memory.
I think about houses having a lot of memory. I think of clothes, furniture. If there's like a tear in a couch, you remember like, oh yeah, I was playing with my dog and she like bit the couch and that's how it got that tear in there, and that's the memory.
There was this couch back in Guatemala that I used to sit on and lay on most of the time and watch my movies there. And what I really liked about this couch, it was that it didn't have like these like very bright and fun colors. Instead, it was just more of a very like brownish and darkish grayish look, and I really liked the design on it. So that's like an object that I really have a lot of memories with, and thankfully I still have it back home.
There's this house that I lived in my senior year of college, and they were called the Heritage Apartments. They were really weird looking, this big sprawling Victorian house, and it was split up into little apartments, mostly for college students. And I remember going in there on the first day with my roommate and feeling like people had lived there, which they had, because it's dirty, it's college housing, whatever. That's like supposed to be how it is. But also, in addition to that, like, I felt part of this very special lineage of people who had had hopefully really special experiences there. I lived with two of my best friends, and so like every time I go by Heritage, I like look at that house and I'm like, you remember me and I remember you, and hopefully something about my roommate's experience laid some groundwork for whatever the next group of people who are going to live there, what their experience would be like. So yeah, I totally think that object's a memory.
When I look at a photo of a memory, I feel how I felt in that moment.
When you have a photo of a memory, there's more of like a visual representation of that memory.
There are photos which I can like actually define very clearly in my head. Like I can actually like remember this moment. I believe that there was this moment in my life where I was baptized, and we have those pictures, and I actually remember like wearing this like white thing, and that's actually on the picture. So that's actually kind of impressive to me that I was able enough as a baby to keep one of those memories in, you know? Yeah.
Is I'm gonna like develop a connection to that I had in that moment, and I'll feel that, whether it's solemn or happiness.
I think photos are a good way to preserve memories, because while they may not be particularly true to the moment, they are still memories in themselves.
Taking pictures to preserve memories is a very deliberate act, and it will often take away, in my opinion, from being in the moment and present. And I know that what I'm experiencing standing in front of the ocean as it's crashing up onto the rocks is not going to feel or look the same in a photograph.
I think losing memory is sad.
It starts to become an erasure of what your formal life was.
I think that's one of my biggest fears. Whenever I see other people lose memory, I get very sad by it, because memories are integral to our behavior and experiences. And I think if I were to lose memory, I'm losing a part of myself.
I think it's sad, especially when you get into the more extreme versions of it, but in the grand scheme of things, I feel like you have to lose some memories in order for others to stand out and be important.
I think that thinking about it in certain states of mind can change how you feel about it. It can, if you're in times of grief, it can romanticize certain memories. And it can remain that way until you're in another state.
I think it's very easy for me to get lost in memories, and not necessarily to feel that things were better back in the day, even though of course that's happened, but feeling very deeply poetic or profound about the things I've gone through, whether they were or not. But I think that has something to do with, I don't know, maybe the ways that I'm gonna make up a word right now, narrativize our lives.
My best friend and I will go through photo books, and hearing her tell the stories, it's like I can picture it, I can hear it. It's really a joyful, amazing, like, living history. So I think that's it.